from the heart. It has to be something that you live and you breathe and you feel passionate about every second of the day. When you open up your heart and think about the ways that you can serve people and the ways that your business can hit people differently, your business is going to look a lot different than other people's because it's going to feel completely in alignment with every aspect of you and who you are. And when you're thinking about that, it is not a selfish thought because you need to think about who your ideal clients are, or the people I like to think about as soul-mate clients. Who are the people who you are in love with working with? What are the things that you are in love with sharing with those people, whether it's physical products, or services, or books, courses, whatever it is? When you think about it from a loving place, as if you were giving it to your sister or your best friend, what does it look like and what does it feel like? Because that's how you need to present it to everyone else. And then you'll never make a sale in your life. It's always from love. For me, that's shadow work. And that comes from my cancer diagnosis. Because when I was really sick, shadow work was what made me well. And nothing else that I could find did that. Nothing. And so now, I want to shout from the rooftop. I want to tell everybody about how amazing it is. I fangirl over it because it's so powerful. And that's how you should feel about whatever you do. Whether it is selling hats. If they've been the thing that changed your life, they make you feel powerful and you show up differently because of them, show other people that passion, show them that love, and come from that place. And think about how that translates to your branding. The words that you use will matter here. The colors that you use, the branding will matter here, because if it comes from that space, you're not going to be looking at what everybody else is doing. I feel like in the business world, in the Philadelphia business world, I see so many copycats of each other that you almost feel like they all blend together. Like I forget whose business is whose because it looks so much like the three other people who are doing the same thing. Come from a heart space and ask yourself what the people who need you are looking for and what feels like love for you to put out. Like I said, your words carry power, they have a vibration. So your throat chakra is the next in building this business empire. When it comes to your throat and the words that you say, they're going to call in certain people and they're going to hold a certain kind of power. So choose your words carefully. I went to school for advertising and marketing before I switched over to psychology and cognitive neuroscience. When I was in high school, I used to take night and weekend classes at FIT, and then I transferred over to Temple when I graduated, and realized quickly that I didn't like the icky sales bit of it, switched over to psych, because I still like getting in your head and figuring out what makes you tick. But when I was at FIT, one of the things they taught us was that people need to see the same thing, exactly the same, not packaged differently, the same words or the same images at least 7 times before they consider buying it. If you guys have seen me give a keynote speech before, which many of you have, I know your faces, then you know that you thought maybe the first time, like, oh, that was cool, and then, you walk out. And then the second time, you're like, okay, I kind of like what you're saying again. But the third time you're interested, now you're following me on Instagram, you're following me on TikTok. Now you're inundated with me, because I'm posting like crazy. I apologize to all of you. But when that happens, you see me here today, you buy my book. And because it's from a place of love, it's not that I want to sell you something, it's because I know this works. And I want to help you. Everybody feels uplifted and your energy is aligned. Your words carry power. So whatever it is that you do, whatever your businesses do, what is the strand that connects them all? Let's say you're a nutritionist, and the work that you do right now is that you're a private practice, and you're taking those clients, you're using insurance to do it. And it feels, it's okay. It's what you love, but it doesn't feel quite right. Because you have to go through the insurance bullshit. Because you don't get to see clients the way you want to. You have a limited number of sessions with them. It doesn't feel quite right. And on one-to-one clients, you can't scale to the numbers that you want to live a life that's comfortable to help you serve even more people. So what you can do at that point is start to think about what direction should my business go in. Use that creative feminine energy to come up with ideas. Use the solar plexus to come up with systems to create those ideas and bring them to life. Use your heart to make sure that your message gets out there and people can see it. And then you speak like this. And my friend Karen's going to talk about this later. When you're on social media, the same content can be put into a bunch of different spaces. The same message can be sent out from different angles. And then people hear it over and over and over. And those soulmate clients that you're dying to see, they already found you. And they want you. You don't have to search for them. And that's where we're really pulling the hustle out of it. If you have fear about speaking, if you're afraid to have your voice heard by people, go back to square one, shadow work. Shadow work is how you get over that, because that fear that you have around it, it's in your shadow. Something happened to you when you were young that made you feel like you couldn't speak. So I'll share a quick story about that. I am the biggest introvert. After I do this, I will go in a hole for 24 hours and speak to no one, because that's just who I am and that's how my energy works. I never, in a million years, thought I would be someone who speaks internationally, especially in front of other people on stages, because I've always been afraid to speak. But when you do that shadow work and you use all of those other energy centers to align your message and to get really clear about your intentions and how you're showing up in the world, talking about it is easy. It's gonna feel like second nature. So your throat chakra carries so much power, and as women, we have been silent for a very long time. I'm deep in the Handmaid's Tale now because I just had Selfish Philly, so I took 2 weeks to just binge watch. I'm on season 5. With what we do, and when we can tap into that masculine center, and we have those systems in place, the men are not going to be able to stop us. I'm so sorry to hear my husband has to deal with me all the time talking about this. Your throat is so powerful, and as women, you have so much shit in there that you have to get out, which is why the shadow is going to be key. Next up is your intuition. That's your third eye. This is right between your brow bones. And if any of you have a spiritual connection, if you meditate, if this is something you care about, or you have a religious background, you're already doing some of this work. So it doesn't matter to me what your thoughts are on it. What matters is that you actually know the answers for everything that you need. And you don't need to rely on anyone else to tell you what those answers are. When you have a lot of creative flow, a lot of feminine energy, you're going to have 10 ideas you want to bring to life. So you're going to go home today and go, I'm going to build a business empire too, but I don't know where to start with one of these things. Your intuition is going to lead where you start. What's going to be the most important way for you to begin. Something I will say from a very masculine perspective is that you should have offers that hit at different price points and different stages of people's lives. Because when they see you, they might want the biggest thing that you have, or they might want the starter point, or they might want something in between. So have them all. Have options for people so they know where they can go. But pick a starting point. Pick one. And make sure that it runs like a well-oiled machine before you do anything else. Because so often, especially as women, we're multi-passionate. We have a lot of things that we want to do. A lot of things that we're interested in and that we feel like will be successful, and you're not wrong, they all will. Pick one and put the full force of your energy behind it. Create everything from the ground up on that one thing. And once that's running itself so much that you can leave it, now you start point number 2. And you go to that place. And you start that business piece. And since everything's connected, it'll feel like a natural position for your clients to move with you. Because when they finish the one, they'll want to go to the next. So when it comes to your intuition, what you can do there is just be quiet every single day. I don't know if you guys read all the books about like the CEOs, the 4-hour work week, the one thing, like all the stuff that you should be doing. They all have one thing that they say over and over and over again, which is spend some time every single day with yourself. And I couldn't agree more. If you meditate every day, even just for 2 minutes on a walk to your mailbox, where you're not thinking about anything, your intuition, your body, will tell you what needs to be done. Sometimes it's the grocery list, sometimes it's knowing what the next move is. But if you do it every day, and you let yourself get quiet, you will start to hear where it is that you are meant to go, and you can trust that always. And if you feel like you can't, go back to square one and start the shadow work. The last piece of this puzzle is going to be the crown chakra at the very top of your head. And this is your energy center where you connect in with all the energy that's around you. At our core, we're literally all just electrons and protons. We are just energy. We are hollow. There's actually nothing physical about us. We are like energy bubbles walking around. And so the chair that you're sitting in, the floor that you're standing on, the trees that you're listening to with the wind whistling through them, it's all just energy. And you can make your energy bigger. If you can get all of the talking to the right of it, if you can use that energy within your body, what you can do is you can actually expand your aura. Our auras are about 3 inches off of our body at resting. Some people it's slightly less, some people it's slightly more. If you want to have a really big brand, you are going to be holding a lot of other people's energy, which means it's going to deplete yours. If you're holding energy for a lot of people, 20 people, thousands of people, you need to increase your own energetic tolerance. You need to boost your own energy. There's a few practices that I use for that. It's going to shock you to shower. When your energy is really clear, then there's not as much that will permeate through your own energy. So you kind of build it up and make it tough. Some of the other things that I do for that every single day I practice energetic hygiene. So I'll shower and I'll imagine everybody else's energy washing off of me. I practice Kundalini Yoga, which is something that will help boost your aura, make it stronger and more powerful, so that you can hold more energy without having it flounder. And then at that point, you become magnetic. So think about all these different things, right? We started with shadow work and base with fine, really working on creating a system where you cannot fail. And you were raised believing that they didn't need to ever worry about that they always were going to succeed. They had daddy's trust fund to fall back on. Ivy League educations, they have everything, and they end up with everything at the end. That's why people always say back to guys finish last, right? It's just because they don't carry a lot of shadow. Whereas the people in the world like me, parents are immigrants, grew up in the Bronx, Queens, we bounced all over, went to Philly for college, had the money, worked at Chili's. When you have that, you have a fuck ton of shadow. And you have to move your way through all of that garbage to the point where you walk around like cat and bread, which I do, for the record. And my kids remind me every day that I shouldn't, and I don't hear them. Because I can't hold that energy, nothing's going to stop me. When you build it from the base up and you use all these different pieces, all the stuff you guys have heard at every other business conference that you've been to, all those masculine structures of this is exactly how to create a funnel. This is how to use your social media marketing, which you can go to Karen's talk and listen about. All those pieces are going to be easy because you already know that it's going to happen for you and it's going to be effortless. So sit with that for a second. Sit with the feeling of knowing that everything that you want, that empire that you're going to have, is already yours. That's how you manifest. That's how you bring it to life. And it's going to be easier than you think. And if it doesn't feel easy, go back to step 1 and do some shadow work. And that's it for today.
Thank you, Danielle. So I just want to say to Danielle to stay right here because we're going to take a group picture. Out your nose a little bit because we're going to be coming up here. But before everybody started moving, I wanted to let you know what's next. But I want to say thank you so much, Danielle, because I think a lot of times people miss that piece of like, I got to do my business, I got to do my business, and they forget about themselves and their spirituality and the work they got to do on themselves. So thank you for that. Let's give Danielle another hand. All right, so at 1:30, so you still have time to go to the vendors, hit the bar and all that, but at 1:30, on my right here on this side of the room, it's going to be Sherry Andrews facilitating her workshop from invisible to invincible. How to show up safely and legally and the mindset, legally in your business. Sherry's workshop begins with a dive into visibility and the mindset work that may be necessary to be truly visible in your business. She then ties that into how to be visible in a way that is safe and the 5 key factors that you must address to run a legally protected and compliant business. She will teach you today why being visible is critical to your business brand and how to do it so in a way that is safe and comfortable for you, why your fear of legal may be holding you back in your business, and the 5 key factors you must address for a legally protected, compliant business. Now on my left will be Erica Neville, I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Actually has trips with her, so I know her really well. She's going to be facilitating her workshop, Appreciate Your Business. Erica is a financial advisor, licensed in PA and New Jersey, and she helps her clients to make better financial decisions. Specifically, she helps business owners to appreciate their business by providing valuable tips, resources, and guidance to implement a plan of action that addresses the short-term and long-term needs of a business owner. Today, Erica is going to teach you about the importance of having an exit strategy. I love exit strategies. The importance of good record keeping. I think about that. I don't know other business owners. There's certain things you just don't want to do, but we got to do them. Yeah, outsource that. And the importance of knowing your financial numbers and establishing business credit. So, that's what we have. We have legally sound business on my right, and then we have financial piece from Erica on my left. And if we can all just kind of come up here so that we can get this group photo, and then we will reconvene at 1:45.